Dear Flat Earth, could you please present an argument? Please, an argument, any kind of argument that actually has some validity. Or realize that none of your fucking arguments have any validity. And stop trying to make those stupid arguments. I mean, after all, this pressure thing, okay? It's crazy for you guys. It's your last stand, kinda. I mean, you're all talking about water finding its level, and that was once upon a time your little slam dunk. And then you started stacking on other misunderstandings and half-ass research. Because let's face it, water finding its own level, that is half-ass research. That is half-ass. That is literally finding an observation and making it without going any further as to determine. And here's the fascination. The word why, that seems to creep up in a lot of scientific study and literally never gets answered in the flat earth situation. Like, the pressure has to have a container. Why? Why? Is it because you're so used to compressed air or air compressor or air tools that use compression? I think I saw a fox or a coyote or something. So you're used to that concept of air compression. So in your mind, that's the only property, that's the only example that you can think of to talk about pressure. Like it needs a container. But here's the thing. Pressure is just a measurement, really, right? And pressure can be measured by simply having something bounce into you. It's the same kind of thing whereas you're driving your car at 60 miles per hour and put your head out the window. The amount of air pressure on your face at that point in time is much higher than when you're just standing on the street corner waiting for the light to turn gray. But it's pressing on your skin and creating a force against your skin. So it's pressure. And what creates pressure? The membrane, the container. That's how we measure it. But the container isn't required for the pressure. It's just one of the things that is involved when you measure it. So, with that in mind, what do you think the pressure is on Earth? Like, where's the pressure? The answer? On the surface of the Earth. And just like water, air is very similar. When you are at the very top of it, there's low to zero. It's pretty much zero. Now, we all know that that's not an absolute zero, but it's 0 point, tons of zeros, so etc. So there's very little pressure at the top of that medium. Move it down, like in water, it gets heavier. It gets heavier on top of you, and more pressure the further toward Earth's surface you go. Okay? I mean, that's just straight up fact. There's not much about that you can dispute, because divers will tell you that 1 atmosphere, 33 feet, is no requirements. But as they go further down, they have to change different things. Like, one of the things that they have to do is stop breathing straight air, because oxygen can actually become toxic at a certain amount of atmospheres. So we know that there's a gradient, and we know that it always forces itself down towards the center of Earth. There is nothing in the sky that you can account for that is pressurizing that system. You can't see the dome. You would be able to see it. It would be impossible not to. There's no way you could have a physical structure, no matter how see-through it was, that wouldn't reflect light off of it in some way that eventually you would see the dome reflecting light in some way. The moisture inside of the Earth would accumulate on it, and then that would create different light effects. So you've got all these stupid arguments that you keep pushing out there, but none of them actually match reality, and you still keep arguing this stuff. Can you present something that actually holds water